और संगत का है, जो कि बहुत ज्यादा व्यस्त रहने के कारण इसको पढ़ नहीं पाएंगी। उन्होंने हमें आज्ञा दी है कि हम किसी भी पुरानी संगत से पढ़वा लें। तो आज रितु सेठ आंटी जी धन्य हैं जिनको ये सेवा मिली है गुरुजी महाराज की तरफ से। मैं ज्यादा समय ना लेते हुए गुरु परिवार की तरफ से आपका स्वागत करता हूँ रितु आंटी, और आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ प्लीज अपने आप को अनम्यूट करें और आज का जो सत्संग है अनीता कुमार आंटी का उसको पढ़ें। जय गुरु जी, ओवर टू यू।
Jai uncle, thank you so much. Thank you so much, uncle, for this. Thank you, Guruji Maharaj, for this divine seva. Jai Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Namah Shivay, Shivji Sada Sahay. Om Namah Shivay, Guruji Sada Sahay. So I'm reading on behalf of Anita Kumar Aunty, and I'm reading about her journey with Guruji Maharaj and her experiences and how beautifully Guruji has blessed her and helped her. As he has blessed and helped each one of us. Title is He Lit a Candle in the Darkness of My Night. Yes, Guruji Maharaj has lit candles in all our lives, in the darkness of our lives, and brightened us. And har dil mein Guruji ki diya jale, Jai Guruji. He lit a candle in the darkness of my night. Certain occurrences are beyond the realm of human understanding, and we can only embrace such experiences with the conviction that divine intervention has prevailed. I shall be eternally grateful to Guruji, who gave me a new lease of life. With the benefit of hindsight, I understand why, although at that time the reasons were unclear to me. Misery shrouded the core of my being as my suffering was intense. Every cell and nerve of mine was filled with agony on the physical and psychological levels. Even though Guruji had entered my life as a beacon of light, I was unable to see beyond my own darkness and despair. Born and raised in Manchester, UK, I suffered from congenital asthma and eczema, as well as a hole in the heart. My childhood was traumatic for my parents and very tiring and trying for me. However, on account of strong health karma, my spirit had become indomitable as I had to endure much more than my contemporaries. I had learned to rise above the trivialities at a tender age due to my tribulations. I had reservations about my life exceeding 10 years. Yes, because a hole in the heart can be very, very dangerous. However, good fortune prevailed. My parents, on the other hand, lived with uncertainty as the heart specialist had painted a grim picture for me. I was a healthy and happy teenager, enjoying all the joys that life had to offer. So it's a very traumatic, very, very traumatic experience for a young child who's having a hole in the heart, having skin disease and suffering from so many ailments. And imagine the trauma of the parents as well. At 22, I tied the knot and migrated to Delhi. However, as fate had it, a cloud of sorrows again descended upon my life as my asthma choked me with every changing season. I was hospitalized each time and given steroid injections. Steroid injections as it is have so many side effects. I felt dejected and rejected as despite my best efforts to evade and avoid asthma attacks, I was still stuck with the worst kind. My most life-threatening one struck me in 1997, and that is when I resigned to it completely. I recall praying in my heart that this be the final one, as I could no longer endure the affliction. During that ill-fated time, I had developed a nasty skin condition that enveloped my entire body. A biopsy confirmed that I had skin cancer. I kept my plight to myself as I was determined not to shock my family. It was earth-shattering news, and I had decidedly reached the end of the road as my strength to go on had diminished. Imagine her plight. What a tragic state of affairs. And look at how Guruji has touched the lives of each one of us. And from darkness to light, he has brought us out in full splendor. However, in the darkness of my night, Guruji, by divine grace, lit a candle. Each time I revisit the day, I glimpsed him. I can distinctly recollect my feelings. As good fortune had it, Guruji sat alone in his room that day when my friend, who had insisted on my paying him a visit, accompanied me to him. His mere presence overwhelmed me, as did overwhelm each one of us. I had felt like a lost child all my life, who had finally found the comfort and protection of her mother. I had been instantly taken under his wing. I had discovered true love like never before. It was pure and unconditional. I felt at home as he embraced me with his infinite love and asked me to attend his congregation every evening. Come rain or shine, I would go to Guruji every evening and sit amongst hundreds of other devotees. At that time, I was undergoing immense physical pain as my skin was oozing with pus and blood. In addition, I was psychologically distressed, and this made me increasingly uncomfortable around people. As time elapsed, Guruji bestowed upon me a blessing that began to heal me internally. I began to accept my condition, and instead of resisting and fighting it with an overkill of bitterness and animosity, I made peace with it. Inhi ki raza mein hum razi. I accepted the inevitability of my illness, and since I grew to be at ease with it and with my circumstances, I moved with the flow without expecting to be healed. I didn't believe that healing was a possibility. This is what Guruji does, no? When he, in immense pain, and, when we are once we accept everything, then what we term as miracles is not really miracles. It's his grace, complete and totally his grace. Just see how beautifully she has written over here, and see how well she has accepted everything. And let's read on further to share her divine journey. Merely being with Guruji and imbibing his energy elevated my spirits, and I expected no more. I was finally at peace. As I immersed myself more and more in his gracious presence, I felt a spiritual awakening. I simply loved being with him as he rendered upon me love that I never knew before. His love was pure and unconditional, and the kind that could not be substituted. I gravitated towards him very naturally and effortlessly every single evening without fail. On the blessed day, he summoned me to the front, where he sat and quite openly announced in Punjabi, which I must confess was Greek to me, that he had tried and tested and squeezed me like a lemon, and that now he would heal me. Like I've heard Anita Aunty say so often, Nimbu varga nichodia. I must not fail to add how true his words were, as he had left no stone unturned in testing my endurance to see if I was worthy of his love. I returned home that evening with hope and joy blossoming in my heart. All those months that my skin was inflamed, I would avoid my reflection as I was daunted by it. The mirror was always a very painful sight. That evening, the turning point arrived when Guruji endowed me with his eternal blessings and advised me to muster the courage to look in the mirror. Courage is what it took, as the reflection had changed by only a fraction. So there wasn't much of a change in the oozing and the look of her skin. However, she did muster the courage after going to Guruji Maharaj, and she mustered the courage to take a look at herself in the mirror. However, within a few weeks, I saw a new me standing in the mirror, a stranger to myself. I was overawed by Guruji. Without a shadow of doubt, I was convinced of his sublime healing powers, and my love for him grew even stronger, and even my faith even more formidable. Changing seasons came and went, but did not trigger off any asthma attacks. So beautiful, so blessed. Look at how Guruji completely changed her life. Jai Guruji, Anantam Shukrana Guruji Maharaj. We thank you for touching our lives in the most amazing manners. In fact, I breathed Delhi's polluted air as normally as anyone. I knew nothing without being choked by it. Guruji gave me a new lease of life and told me that I would not have survived if he had not healed me. So lovely, Guruji Maharaj. Thank you so much, Guruji. His words corresponded with an astrologer's whom I had met much earlier that year. So the astrologer had told her that she wouldn't be able to survive long. However, Guruji changed her life completely. Just like the other day, I was listening to Shalini Khera's Satsang as well. And she too had been told by an astrologer and how Guruji gave her life. And exactly the same way he's given Anita Aunty life. And so he has given to all of us. Thank you so much, Guruji. It is a challenge for me to give expression to the transformation that took place. But the least I can say is that he healed me not only physically, but also enriched me spiritually. After the longest time, I began to feel comfortably in my own skin, literally. To become comfortable in your own skin is such a big blessing, Guruji Maharaj. Amazing blessing. And so beautifully you blessed Anita Aunty also finally to be able to actually enjoy her own skin. However, Guruji's tests are unending. And as nature has it, we become selfishly distant once we are granted our prayers. One particular incident demonstrates how Guruji never ceases to love his disciples. So true. Often we, once we receive our blessings, we often tend to move on and, forget our Maharaj and carry on with the journey. And here she's telling as to how Anita Aunty says so beautifully, that Guruji Maharaj never ceases to love his disciples. And it follows with a beautiful exemplary happening. He had told me to light a candle before his photograph every day. Guruji used to say, na, mere naal telepathy vich gal kita karo, main te apne swaroop vich rehenda. He had told me to light a candle before his photograph every day. One day, after lighting half a box of matches, the candle had still not lit, much to my dismay. In a fit of fury, I went to the bathroom, came out, and there was a lit candle. I was startled. That very evening, as a mark of respect, I especially visited Guruji, even though it was not my visiting day. As I bowed to touch his feet, he whispered softly in his usual gracious voice. So the candle lit, did it not? I knew then that it was I who had distanced myself from Guruji Maharaj, and he, on the contrary, always remained connected. So beautiful. Enane inni koshish kiti to light the candle, but it didn't light. So in fury, she walked off. She went to use the restroom. She came out, and there, behold, candle was lit already. And when she went to Guruji Maharaj in the evening that day, because she was so touched, she bowed to him, he said, so the candle lit, did it not? How lovely. So beautiful, Anita Aunty, lovely. I knew then that it was I who had distanced myself from Guruji, and he, on the contrary, always remained connected. In a word, I would like to conclude my humbly experiencing my heartfelt gratitude to him and live every moment feeling indebted to his grace. Jai Guruji. Om Namah Shivay. Shivji Sada Sahai. Om Namah Shivay. Guruji Sada Sahai. Thank you, Guruji Maharaj, for all your blessings on all your pyari Sangat. Thank you so much. Thank you, Uncle, for the beautiful seva. Over to you.
जय गुरुजी महाराज। आंटी बहुत ब्लिसफुली रीडिंग अपनी की है। ये बहुत प्यारे प्यारे सत्संग हैं इनके, अनीता कुमार आंटी जी के, जो कि अभी तो खैर इसी सत्संग में जो था वो हम सब ने सुना, और इसके अलावा और भी उनके सत्संग हैं जो कि अनीता कुमार आंटी जी ने बोला था कि वो खुद शेयर करेंगी आने वाले दिनों में। आंटी, इसके अलावा आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है, आप भी गुरु जी को मिली हो, प्लीज आप कुछ संगत शेयरिंग करें। वी हैव टाइम।
Jai Guruji Uncle. Uncle, Guruji's blessings are so many. हर पल उनका शुक्राना है from every cell of my body. So since this was a health karmic satsang, I will take it further on the same leg. And this is about 4 years back. And ये तो गुरुजी जब चोले सी तद कहंदे ना, everything was practical. हुन जिन्नी जिद्दी श्रद्धा और ना ले जाए. So this is after he left his chola, and like Anita Kumar Aunty was lighting the candle in front of Guruji Maharaj, and Guruji Maharaj तो अपने स्वरूप में थे, तो वो देख रहे थे, and when she went away, तब उन्होंने वो दिया जलाया. So आप सोच सकते हैं, और जब चोले में थे तब कहते थे तुहानू पता ही नहीं तुसी किथे बैठे हो. And he used to say that, which is actually, at least for me, it is very true. मैं तो कदे भी नहीं सोचा सी कि मैं रब दी दरगाह च बैठी हां, मैं रब दे चरना विच बैठी हां.